Two. Oh. Hi, Andrew. It's Thursday, December 15th, and this is Lucie from Charleston Lake Apothecary. I'm here with Andrew to talk about homeopathy and all its amazing remedies. All right. And so I've chosen a couple of remedies. Have you? All right. I'm going to go with Arsenicum first, Arsenicum album. And Arsenicum has a lot of great uses for stomach issues. So food poisoning being one of them, nausea and vomiting. Also some I can't even say it, gastritis and peptic ulcers. And this is the kind of remedy you take if you find that milk actually helps your symptoms. Then you know that Arsenicum could be a good choice for you. It also helps with stomach pains if they come on around 2 o'clock in the morning. And if you have a desire to sip on water as well. There's also some issues with the abdomen that it helps with, such as diarrhea, watery stools, and definitely worse with anxiety. So those are some of the reasons why you would take Arsenicum. Also, if you crave some cold drinks and even some warm liquids. So this is really important if you're having similar symptoms to this, is to definitely check with your homeopath to see if Arsenicum would be a good choice. Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. And what dose would you give that at? 30 repeat every half hour? 30 yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah, I think so too. The other one that I chose is I can't pronounce this, but it's Ipecac without the homeopathic Ipicana, Ipecacuana. Anyways, it's Ipecac in the English form. And this is very well known for any kind of nausea and nausea and vomiting. It's one of the universal ones as well. And this is about constant nausea, which incapacitates you. The stomach seems to hang loose inside, and the nausea is not relieved by vomiting. You have nausea and vomiting during cough and during headaches, and you can't stand the smell of food. And also good for abdominal cramping or colic. Right. Yeah, it's yeah, go ahead. No, I was just going to say there's always some action when you take on the stomach, which is why you would consider Ipecac. If there's something going on with your stomach, it's a good choice, right? All right. Which one are you choosing? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Right. And I mean, we didn't get into much of a description as to what we're talking about, but I think it would be safe to say that most people have felt some kind of indigestion or bloating or some, gas or distension, right? In a lifetime without us having to go into quite detail or a definition, but any stomach issues here, these remedies would come in handy. And obviously, you would need to know your symptoms quite well and also know the remedy well in order to choose the correct remedy that's going to have the maximum benefit for you. Oh, yeah, cool. What's in that one? What's in that colic remedy? Who makes that one? Right. So that would be for colic children, like babies. What's the age group on there? Right. Yeah, I mean, for babies who are colicky, it's quite it can be quite painful for them, right? And quite as excruciating for the parent trying to calm a baby down when they have colic. So some remedies that are gentle and safe to use, like homeopathic remedies, would be great. Um, and then pacing the hallways, hoping that your child gets relieved. Yeah, exactly. um, yeah, there's all kinds of remedies that have some type that have an effect on the stomach or the abdomen, and that makes it, so you can choose many of them out there. You just have to choose the one that's got the same symptoms. So it's really great if you can talk to a homeopath and decide which remedy is appropriate for you. I apologize. We have dogs in the background today. We have a little bit of a music going on. and we're cooking pizza and it's burning as well, whatever else is happening. So we may be using some of these indigestion and bloating remedies later on. Chamomile. The only thing with chamomile that I've found over the years, and this is something to keep in mind, is it is really good for upset stomach, but too much of it is not. Too much chamomile doesn't help the symptoms. It can actually make them worse. So always be diligent, and everything in moderation, I think, makes a big difference, right? Yeah. Yeah, and I like the organics if you can. Loose tea versus a bag tea, because some of the bags do have, they're not so organic, right? What they're made out of. So, right, right. And like we said, like I mean, there's so many. I can probably turn to any remedy here in our books, right? And there'll be something there about a GI, right? So There's like gelsemium, which is you can get diarrhea from fright or anticipation or bad news. So that would be how it affects your stomach, right? And then you could take that. So every remedy has some type of effect. I would say almost every remedy on the GI or abdominal or stomach. So there's lots to choose from, and that's where I think homeopathy is great, but also confusing to people who are just starting out using it. So what are we planning? No, go ahead. I was going to divert. Yeah. Right. And you know, we always say the best medicine first, though, is what you eat. So that's really important. But then homeopathy, it's not. There's no side effects, so you might as well give it a shot, right? But I think it's really important to touch base with people who are already educated in homeopathy, so that you're not trying maybe 20 or 30 before you find one that's right. Yeah. Right. Well, that's when you need to start to eliminate some foods, right? So, you know, I mean, fruit sometimes can be really hard on people's stomach. Dairy products are hard. So you have to find individually what works for you and what doesn't work for you in regards to foods. Like for me, tomatoes are a problem, so I don't eat them that much. You know, so you just got to know. What's that? Except on my pizza. Actually, I only have a couple of drops on my pizza. I didn't even put that much sauce, just a little bit of flavor. So I do minimize my tomatoes. Thank you for pointing that out. But yeah, it's really important. And a lot of times I'll, you know, pizza with no sauce, it'll just be oil or, you know, something else. Today there's more pesto probably than there is tomato sauce today, but yeah, so watching your food's really important. And then we talked about teas, which is really great. And I always think, I mean, Reiki can help you with anything, right? It's pushing the energy through. And so that's always a really great option as well. Yes, I did a tapping course a long time ago. It worked really well. Yes. There's, yeah, yeah. And you know what? I always say to people, food that you eat that makes a difference, right? That makes a difference in your stomach. Like if you were to have a stomach problem, what's the one food that helps you get rid of it? That's the one thing that I think everybody should have, like just in the back of their mind, that if I eat romaine lettuce, it makes a difference to me and helps, right? Or whatever it is for you or somebody else. But you got to know what food is going to help you relieve some of that as well.
Exactly.
Without popping pharmaceuticals, right? Yeah.
I remember there was I think it was a fig extract. That's good for constipation and bloating caused from constipation as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fig? Did you say fig? Yeah.
I believe it was a fig extract.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Lots of cool stuff out there.
There's lots of choices, and I think we just need. I'd like to say to people to stay away from the pharmaceutical and even over-the-counter stuff, medication. Trying to find something natural that works. It's really important, and yeah, lots of choices out there. And picking something natural should not be difficult, and it's not expensive either.
No. In a lot of cases, it's cheaper than the pharmaceuticals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we know they don't have side effects, right?
Yeah.
A lot of these natural products. So definitely worth checking it out. for stomach problems, which I think we all have. And pretty soon there's going to be a big Christmas dinner, and we'll all be going sitting around bloated, going we ate too much turkey. So that's
Oh,
coming up soon enough, right?
definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are we talking about next time?
Oof. I don't know if we picked a subject or not.
No,
Oh,
I
and
don't
I
think
think
we
this might.
did.
Is this the last one of the year? I think so.
Yes, it is. So we're going to be meeting up in January then to do um, our first session of the year. We could do arthritis if you'd like.
Hmm. We could. Or what else would be good for January? Well, we gave them some bloating remedies, so they'll be good after their Christmas dinners.
What about coughs and sniffles, like a cold?
I think maybe coughs and colds would probably be best.
Let's do coughs and colds then. I think that's
Yeah.
good. That'll give people choices that are not feeling well over the holidays.
Yeah. And there's
Sounds good.
a lot we can talk about there too with natural alternatives as well. So that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, perfect.
Hmm.
I'm excited.
Yes. So
So,
go ahead.
I'm Lucie from Charles Lake Apothecary. I'm a registered homeopath, offer Reiki, tarot, all kinds of great energy work.
Hmm.
And I'm looking forward to our next session in early January. We'll post that when that is.
Yes, and I'm Andrew from Rao's Wellness. I am a homeopath and Reiki master, and I dabble in a few other natural alternatives as well.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Thank you all for
Well,
tuning in and have a great night.
you too, Andrew.